Okay, you ready? Well, what an opening. It all comes down to this. So welcome to the Hyder Center, where tonight the winner of this game will move on to Pinnacle Bank Arena for the 2024 state tournaments. As we welcome here from our table alongside Mike Knockenhauer, I'm Alex Tejan, and welcome to the district final in the A-5 region. As Mike, the one last time this year, we are swaying, the birdcage is swaying, we are ready. We are ready to get this game going. As fun environment, to say the least.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, it's a rematch from last year's district final that ended in heartbreak for the Junior Jays. And it's been a driving factor for motivation all year long for the Junior Jays. I mean, I've talked to multiple guys before the season even started. They're saying that that's not a situation they want to be in. They do not want to have a repeat of last year where they ended up falling just short at the district final. And right here, they get another shot at it, another crack at the team that knocked them out last year. So it's just an extra added motivation for this team, and it's going to be just a fun game to end things off.
Sure is, as Prep is looking for redemption. We'll get into that a little bit. But first, let's look at the A5 brackets. Prep got their job done against Fremont to advance to this game, as did Lincoln Southeast over when they played Papio, and both these teams won pretty dominantly, and it's sharp shooting by both ends. We hope to see that tonight between these two squads.
I mean, yeah, just a dominant win for both teams, which is expected a lot of times in these district semifinals. It's much more often than not a higher end team facing a lower end team, so nothing too surprising from those two results. But it's set ourselves up here with Creighton Prep, Lincoln Southeast again.
Sure is. As we take a look at other district finals around the metro that are happening today and tomorrow night, of course, we have the A5 game going on here. Some other finals going on tonight. Bellevue West hosting Lincoln North Star, Miller North hosting Lincoln Southwest, and the other games being played tomorrow. All those games, of course, still decide the 7 winners of those games will head on to state plus 1 wild card. So be interesting to see how it all plays out, Mike.
Yeah, both of those games, the A1 and A2, as we can see, both of those games currently in progress. Bellevue West with a 9-point lead over North Star, with winding down in the third quarter. Halfway through the third down in Millard North, they are up big, 55-32 over the Southwest Skyhawks. And so, as we said, a lot of expected outcomes, but it's those ones down lower, A4, A5, that's when you start getting those upsets. Even A3, that's not a gimme. None of these are gimmies. And that's what makes this week so interesting. Every year seems like one or two big teams fall, and it just kind of creates a chaos situation where you don't know who's going to be in until all of the games have concluded. So it's going to be interesting. Mathematically, I don't think that Creighton Prep can be eliminated tonight. Their fate, if they were to lose, can still hang in the air until tomorrow. But I mean, if you're the Junior Jays, you're just going to want to get it. You're just going to want to get it done tonight.
They have the mentality of win and they're in by both teams. As 1 year ago, it was a different story. As Prep still has the bad taste in their mouth out of this game. Same opponent as tonight, Lincoln Southeast. They came into the Hyder Center, took down the Junior Jays, cut down the nets and everything, and went to state for the first time since 2014, ending Prep's streak of making it to state for 8 of 8 years, as it was led by Bangot Dak for the Knights. Now he's playing his college basketball at Colorado. We won't be there tonight, but he was the main storyline in this upset victory 364 days ago.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a heartbreaking loss for the Junior Jays. Lincoln Southeast came in and dominated this game from the second half on. In that first half, it was a bit shaky on both ends, but Lincoln Southeast really pulled away in that second half. That third quarter was just absolutely killer for the Junior Jays, and had Lincoln Southeast cutting down the nets, as you said, here in the Hyder, which, I mean, is just not something that Creighton Prep wants to see again.
Certainly doesn't. Now this is not the first time that these two teams have met since that day. They've met in the regular season back on December 9th down in Lincoln, as Prep took care of business 65-50. Dylan Clausen with 15 points. Tay Moore with 18 points on the Knights side. they're looking to do it again here tonight, Mike, that's for sure.
Yeah, Dylan Clausen with one of his 10 double-doubles, which is far and away the most on this team. 12 total double-doubles on this team. He has 10 of them. And one of the things I love to look at whenever this graphic comes up, look at the rebounding. Out-rebounding the Knights by 20, 41-21. The Junior Jays dominated the boards. And then, along with that, shooting over 50% from three and over 50% from the field. So they're going to want to have another performance like that if they want to be able to come out strong and bring out a victory tonight.
Now, 2 days ago, Lincoln Southeast just pretty much took care of business against Papillion La Vista. They ended their season as plenty of 11 threes and 24 rebounds, led by Tay Moore, who we expect to say his name quite a bit tonight. He had 22 on Saturday, including and as well as Dan Geets, who had 20. So if they play like that tonight, to say the least, it'll help them for sure tonight.
I mean, if you look at this, I mean, what is there not to love if you're Lincoln Southeast? 16 for 16 from the charity stripe, over 50% from three and 50% from the floor. It's just an absolute dominating game end to end. And it's something that they're going to want to continue. It was a very strong way to start off this district tournament, and they're going to really need to bring that same energy here tonight.
As we head to the prep side, they also took care of business. This time it was over the Fremont Tigers. They had 34 rebounds. No, Fremont didn't shoot all that well, but either way, Chanel Parker led the way with 16, Dylan with 10, each with 4 rebounds. And just getting that out of the way, and it's just both these teams are just coming off those nice wins, but now it's all down to this. Yeah,
Lincoln Southeast's win in the semis, there was definitely more offensive heavy. This Junior Jays win was very defensive heavy. I mean, they held Fremont to just 10 points in the first half, and they just completely shut down the Tigers from beyond the arc, which was their bread and butter. And if that's exactly what the Junior Jays are going to want to do today. That's exactly what they've done all year long, and that's what they're going to have to keep doing tonight.
And those two of the guys on prep that we look to see a lot more is Dylan Clausen and Trinell Parker, a dominant front court, with them averaging about 27 a game combined, along with 61% field goal percentage. So those two guys, I mean, you can see them anywhere from dunking the ball beneath the basket or being on the outside wings shooting threes. It doesn't matter. They are threats to both offensively and defensively.
Absolutely. As I mentioned, 12 double-doubles on this Junior Jays team, and these two have all of them. Dylan Clausen with 10 of them. Trinell Parker has the other 2. And, I mean, it's just been an absolutely dominating presence all year long. And I mean, this is the two guys that you were looking for coming into the year, and they have for sure delivered. Dylan Clausen has an argument for one of the best big men in the state.
Yeah.
And Trinell Parker, just kind of his counterpart as the junior. I really expect him to take an even bigger leap next year as well.
Future Washburn commit Dylan Clausen along with Trinell Parker. We expect to say their names quite a bit tonight as we look at the stats from both teams. Both of these teams have very similar statistics with points per game, points allowed per game, field goal percentage, all of them. They've just been neck and neck regarding statistics, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
I mean, yeah, I was looking at this earlier, and it's almost identical. I mean, these two teams play such a similar style of basketball, and it's just a very good matchup, and especially for with an opportunity with a state berth on the line. I mean, it's just going to be an absolute. It's going to be a great game. I cannot wait. I mean,
yes.
Junior Jays have been wanting this rematch since they lost it last year, and they got it now today. Now they have to capitalize.
Sure do. Well, it's the district final. Win, and you're off to states. Loser, you're all likelihood going home. We will step aside. Coming up will be tip-off. We hope to see you then. Hyder Center, as starting lineups are being introduced. First for Lincoln Southeast, number 1, Mike Nugoy, number 4, Zaya Brown, number 5, Tay Moore, number 22, Jake Hilkman, and number 33, Dang Geets, as both of these teams are in dire need of looking to go to states. As the lights continue to dim here in the Hyder Center, as the Preps looks to get things going on their starting lineup. And now the starting lineup for the Junior Jays. Number 0, Dylan Clausen. Number 1, Marquise Tolliver. Number 3, Torrin Carter Brown. Number 10, Carson Jones. And number 32, Trinell Parker. All of these guys, especially for the seniors, taking this court for the last time as they look to cut the nets and head to states at the end of this game.
It's been the same starting 5 for a while now, since Caleb Josu went down with an injury in the middle of the season. He's been out indefinitely ever since. But this starting 5 has really gotten things done. This is a much more experienced Junior Jays team. A lot of those guys that didn't have any postseason experience last year going into that district final now have that district final loss under their belt.
It is noteworthy that Caleb Josu is out for this game. It had 12 points in their first meeting on December 9th. And false start, and the tip is up in the air, and we are underway in the A-5 district final here from the Hyder Center, as it started off with the possession won by the Junior Jays. As the ball is tipped around and loose and all the way past from Clausen to Carter Brown, dips inside, looking for Parker, lifts it up, too strong, and the rebound still being punched around, and a whistle, and it's going the other way.
That was a bit of a sloppy possession there to open things up for the Junior Jays. Able to get some shots up, but ultimately they're going to get Torrin Carter Brown on a foul as he was fighting for the rebound. So Lincoln Southeast will get their first offensive look of the night.
Engie to inbound. As an excellent start defensively for the Lincoln Southeast Knights. They forced a turnover right off the bat. Here's Tay Moore. Hilkman looking outward. Now to Brown, back over. This is Dang Geets working against Parker, and he swats it away. Trinell Parker with a rejection. Excellent look. It looks like Dang Geet was just simply trying to find the easy way to get to the basket, but it was simply rejected by Trinell Parker. Yeah,
Trinell Parker showing and establishing his presence here early in this game down in the post with an early block.
As a ball hoisted up for grabs, no good. Rebound, oh, what a swat by Dylan Clausen. Push ahead, here he comes. Offense to defense to offense as Dylan Clausen jams the ball home.
What a start for the Junior Jays. The energy in this building is unbelievable. Bit of a sloppy first possession, but what a response and what an electric way to start things off.
Let's see if the Knights can respond. Nugoy loses it from Tolliver. Gets it back to Dang Geets, cuts it inward, pivots, back to Mike Nugoy, who takes the three, falls, and he's fouled. Count the basket.
That's just a silly foul there by Marquise Tolliver. Nugoy was unable to come down to the ground whenever he shot it, and he knocks down the three chance at a 4-point play. Now what a way to start things off. Junior Jays with an explosive way to get on the board, and then Lincoln Southeast answers right back with an and 1-3.
Free throw, no good, as despite being perfect on Saturday against Papillion La Vista, it remains a 3-2 ball game.
Junior Jays are really going to want to keep the pace of this game consistent. They play well when they play at their own pace, as does every team.
And another pass results in a turnover. Here comes Hilkman, end-to-end, shoots it out. Mike Nugoy for a second three, and he hits it! What a start by Mike Nugoy. He's 2 for 2 from behind the line.
Yeah, that's what the Junior Jays are going to want to stop. They're going to want to try and run the Knights off the three-point line. But a great start there from Nugoy.
As Carson Jones misses it right. And the rebound from the Knights. As Mike Nugoy spins upward, looking. Back to Geets from the corner. It goes Taymor off the glass. It goes, and an 8-2 start for the Knights.
Yeah, quick 8-0 run here for the Knights.
Now,
great way to start things off.
And starting a little defensively on the pressure brought in by Tolliver, who is bringing it up. Clausen goes up, off the glass, left short, gets his own rebound. 3 guys around him, still can't get the basket to go. As the ball by Hilkman trying to get it forward. It's brought up, it's Taymor. Trying to shift around Tolliver, and he traveled.
Some good defense there from Torrin Carter-Brown. He saw Moore was trying to drive, got his hands in there, and he forced the travel and the turnover to give the ball back to the Junior Jays, who desperately need a response here after giving up 8 unanswered points here early.
Jones. Tolliver from the right side into Chanel Parker. One goes down, and he still count the basket. It was Danguit on defensively. He fell down, and maybe Turnell may have given him a little nudge, but here he is back. Oh, it's blocked by Parker. How about the block game? Now Torrin Carter-Brown fakes the 3, goes inward, and is fouled. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, as we mentioned in pregame, 3 blocks a game between Dylan Clausen and Turnell Parker. They already have matched that in the first 3 minutes and 43 seconds of this one. Just an incredible defensive performance so far, really establishing their presence here early.
Free throw is missed. Torrin splits a pair.
That's what the Junior Jays are going to want to do all night long, is make their free throws. As we saw, Lincoln Southeast, and as you mentioned, did not miss any of their 16 free throws in that semifinal game. So free throws going to come at a premium, and they're going to be crucial down the stretch.
Skeet back to Zaya Brown, and that one's rejected by Tolliver as Zaya Brown tried to get into heavy traffic. Now it's Clausen who says it, why not? And he hits the 3. Dylan Clausen from downtown, and he ties the game.
Great response from the Junior Jays, keeping their composure after that quick early run from the Knights, and they've pulled themselves back even.
Hilkman against Clausen. Into the paint, back out. It's Danguit. Back to Hilkman from the left wing. Shoots inside, gets one. Another one deflected by Clausen. Boy, excellent defense as the Junior Jays are bringing the heat, as are the Knights defensively, as remains an 8-8 ball game.
Yeah, already 3 blocks for Clausen and 2 blocks for Parker. So 5 blocks in the first 5 minutes. Some very good defense here early.
And a 3 from the corner, left off the iron, and a rebound by Torrin Carter-Brown. Clausen moving left and right. Over to Jones. Trying to get the screen by Turnell, who gets the ball, goes up, escapes, and gets everything but the finish.
Yeah, Parker made a great move there down in the paint, but just rattles out Tough break there for Parker.
Here's Tay Moore, gets that one off the bounce, no good.
Junior Jays have numbers.
It's Tolliver. Making moves. Clausen against Dengeet. Back to Torin. Shakes off. Now looks. Marquise drives inside, heavy traffic, and gets another one off, and a little upended. It remains a foul called on the floor as Clausen. That looked awkward.
Bit of a scary moment there. Kind of got upended there by Dengeet, who will now take a seat with his second foul already.
Yeah, that's certainly a guy that you do not want to leave the game. He had 20 points against Papillion La Vista, and he's been racking up a good year. Number 33 has Trinnell against Kendall Hinton. Back to Tolliver, who thought about it. Now Dylan Clausen. Tolliver has it poked away and another turnover into the arms of Kinton, but now it goes right back to the Junior Jays. It's Jones. Back to Clausen, right where he left off for three, in and out. The rebound by Jake Hilkman. Zaya Brown, back to Taymor, over to Jake Hilkman against Clausen. Shoots it back, Zaya Brown from the free throw line. Off the back iron. Rebound by Torin.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell here from both teams. Lincoln Southeast has still yet to score since that early 8-0 run.
Scoring has cooled on both ends, really, as Clausen from the corner, cuts it in, gets up, no good, and the ball's going back the other way.
Lincoln Southeast underneath the basket so far has been a brick wall. They have not allowed anything to go. Even when shots go up, they're contested. And the Junior Jays still looking for those points in the paint, which have been so crucial to their game throughout the season. But the Knights really limiting that so far, and it's the reason that this is a tie game with under a minute to go.
It's Taymor. Hilkman cutting Edward, loses the ball. It pops out in the arms of Parker. Back over to Marquise.
Question I asked myself before this game was, since these two teams have such similar season stats, what kind of game is this going to be? Is this going to be an offensive game or a defensive game? So far, it's been a little bit of both.
About a 7-second difference between the play and the shot clock. It's Trinnell Parker with two guys around him, goes up, left short, and another easy short shot is no good, and racing down the court is Zaya Brown, shoots it back to Mike Nugoy, up and off twice, no good, and Prep can hold with the last shot. 6 seconds left. Marquise going end to end, and that one no good, and that is how quarter number one will end up, as it remains an 8-8 tie ball game here from the Hyder. So that'll do it for quarter number one. A lot of exciting moments. Let's see if it can continue throughout the game. Quarter two coming up next on CPSN. Welcome back to the Hyder Center. A pretty entertaining game so far, despite only totaling 16 points. As both teams I mean, they've had their looks, they've had their shots, but it just has not been going their way, really, Mike.
Yeah, it's been a lot of shots that have gone up, a lot of good looks that just aren't falling. I expect that to change. I think we'll see a lot more scoring in these coming quarters.
Here's Jake Hill coming in, trying to get over Carson Jones, and that one is off the back iron. And now Lincoln Southeast, they started the game off an 8-0 run, and they haven't scored since. First quarter gone by pretty fast as Clausen spins, goes up awkwardly, and will go up to shoot two.
Even with the foul, once again, as you can see underneath the basket in the paint, Southeast with some very stingy defense here early, not letting anyone get points easy, especially Clausen and Parker.
Kendall Hilton got called for the foul as the Birdcage loves that free throw.
Clausen, as we said, 10 double-doubles on the year. He's looking to continue his presence with his scoring ability, but also on the boards.
Clausen sinks only a pair, goes 1 for 2. As Taymor back to Hinton, make it back to Taymor, trying to get Scrappy on defense. He loses the ball. Nice job by Marquise Tolliver. Shoots it out to Carson Jones. He'll take the three from the left side. Off the back iron, no good. A rebound by Zaya Brown. As he goes end to end and open, and laying it in is Kendall Hilton, and that ends the drought for the Knights.
If Lincoln Southeast wants success in this game, that's what they're going to keep having. They're going to have to keep doing that, catching the Junior Jays in transition on fast break.
Austin will take the three. That one's no good off the iron, and right back to the Knights. Taymor stops. It's Hinton, loses it from the near side. Back to Mike Newgoy, who's 2 for 2 from behind the line, goes up, and he's fouled.
It's a strong take there by Newgoy, driving all the way to the basket on the baseline, able to draw the foul, and he'll head to the free throw line to shoot a pair and try to extend this Knights lead, which was once 6.
Now Newgoy, that's his second missed free throw. As we said earlier, they've hit every free throw in their game against Papillion La Vista, and they hit quite a few free throws as well. The total was pretty high.
Yeah, 16 for 16 for the line in that game, and only 2 for 4 to start things off here.
So it's 11-9 game here from the Hyder Center, here in quarter number 2. Marquise loses it. Now back to Josh Carney. And he loses it, and it's in the arms of now back up into Zaya Brown, end to end for the finish.
Once again, catching the Junior Jays in transition, that time off of a steal. Able to just have an uncontested layup. And the Knights with a little more offense cooking here in the second quarter.
Chanel Parker left it short, and that one can't get the basket to go, but he'll go to the line to shoot a couple as 3 guys were just around him and trying to catch him off guard.
This Lincoln Southeast team came to play.
They sure did, as Parker, this is his first free throw. Mike Newgoy comes back into the game, and for Zaya Brown. Parker splits another pair. So it's a 13-10 ball game. 5:54 left remaining in quarter number 2. It's Taymor. Back to Hinton, now make it back to Taymor, goes up, and an offensive foul is called. Excellent job by Josh Carney as he's excited as he draws that foul.
Josh Carney, a great piece of defense there, just stepped in front of the guy driving and able to draw the charge and get the ball right back to the Junior Jays. That's something they're also going to need to do, is be aggressive, but also be smart.
As Emmett Knight checks into the game, the veteran on the squad, as Chanel Parker goes up and lays it in.
They caught Hinton down low, kind of sleeping. He was looking for some help underneath the basket, and Parker was able to take advantage of that and lay it in.
Hilkman shoots back. This is Max Wright. Now back to Hilkman. Shoots it up and then lobbing it up. Left no good. Heavy traffic. Ball still bouncing around. And still going. And it's going to the Junior Jays' way.
A lot of scrappy basketball here early, guys. Flying all over the floor. But it's good to see guys diving for balls. That's something you want to see, especially since that there's obviously a state tournament berth on the line, which the Junior Jays are desperately looking to get back to.
They made 8 straight appearances in this Pinnacle Bank Arena until last year when Lincoln Southeast ended it. Parker from the top. Now it's Knight. Over to Clausen, back to Chernell, working. And up and swishing that one, and the Junior Jays retake the lead.
That's just what they're going to have to keep doing, wearing guys down in the paint and taking advantage of anything you can get. Chernell Parker with 4 quick points to give the Junior Jays the lead right back.
Tay Moore goes up, left it to the right, and the rebound boarded by Josh Carney. If I'm Lukey, I'm just like, gotta score quick. Let's go on a run. As Chernell Parker left it short, ball bouncing around, tipped up. Now it's Clausen, and gets that one fouled, and they'll go to the line to shoot 2. And I'll tell you one thing, you always gotta be careful if you're Lincoln Southeast trying to get the defensive rebound, because you have two tall guys trying to just go up and get the basket, get the ball. And it resulted out well as Dylan Clausen to the line. Another one off the back iron. They've been missing a couple lately, and that's certainly not going to work.
Yeah, as you were talking about, Alex, a lot of guys underneath. It's worth mentioning that tallest guy in this Lincoln Southeast squad is 6'5". They've got a couple of them, but both Chernell Parker and Dylan Clausen in at 6'8", so it's been very impressive to see how these forwards of Lincoln Southeast have been able to hold up despite a size gap.
What can the Knights do offensively? Here's Nugoy. He's 2 for 2 from behind the line. Shoots it out, and a 3-ball by Zaya Brown, no good. And a 3rd rebound by Josh Carney.
It's not going to be a lot of those, a lot of open threes that these Knights miss. So Junior Jay's really going to need to take advantage of the miss here on offense.
Clausen racing upwards, tries to get the shot off, no good. Too short, rebound by Taymor. Zaya Brown back to Nugoy, trying to shift. Hinton back to Nugoy, he goes right to left, now inward. Hilkman loses it, down on the deck, here comes Clausen, and he loses the ball. And a whistle and a foul called on Carson Jones.
Yeah, just a miscommunication there. Carson Jones able to pick up the loose ball, but trying to get to Josh Carney, a bit of miscommunication on both ends, and gives the Knights the ball right back.
Josh Carney just looked like he didn't see it as they were trying to head up court, but it didn't work out as planned. Here's Taymor, and the 3-ball on the way by Dangeet. Offline, rebound by Zaya Brown, who gets the and one.
Yeah, that's just a lack of boxing out there by the Junior Jays. The long 3, a lot of times you can kind of forget that there's guys still there waiting to get rebounds, and looked like maybe Josh Carney got caught sleeping. And Zaya Brown able to pick up the offensive rebound and put it right back in with a chance to make it a three-point play and give the Knights the lead right back.
Yes, he does. Here's Emmett Knight as Carson Jones gets shoved. Parents here did not like that. No call as Josh Carney will take the three. Left offline. Excellent rebound by Clausen. Shoots it over Chanel Parker. Goes up, gets fouled. No basket. But another trip to the free throw line for 2 shots. This is the first one to hit. Chanel Parker can't get the next one. He splits the pair again, and the ball goes out of bounds. And it will go to the Knights, as that has the disagreements of some.
Free throws have been coming at a premium so far. It's not been a lot of makes, a lot of misses on both ends. Seems like a lot of these free throw pairs getting split.
Tamor back to Mike Nugoy. Splits and tries to escape Emmett Knights. No foul. No, there will be a foul and an inbound coming. Will be called on Emmett Knight.
That's the 14th foul for the Junior Jays, so both of these teams will be shooting free throws. The remaining 158 for any foul. As we said, a very scrappy game so far. A lot of aggression on both sides. A lot of fight. A lot of ambition trying to get to PBA. Another trip on the line for both of these squads.
And here is Dane Geets, who gets it over Chanel Parker and sinks it.
What a take there from Dane Geet. Able to just float it over Chanel Parker. And a bit of a lucky bounce. Yep. Puts it right in.
Josh Carney from the corner. And there it is, Josh Carney off the bench. Gets that one to go, and it's 19-18 Prep leads.
If you're Lincoln Southeast, that's the guy you want to keep an eye out for. Him and Carson Jones, the sharpshooters for this Junior Jays team. You don't want either of them to get hot.
Tay Moore from the corner. Now it's Dane Geets, who goes up, tries to slam it, and an offensive foul is called. Dane Geets says, screw it, let's just hop over and try and dunk it, but they call offensive foul on him, and that's his third.
Yeah, that's a big deal. That's the third foul on Dane Geet here in the first half. And it seems like momentum's starting to creep in the direction of Creighton Prep. These Lincoln Southeast fans are not happy. A lot of energy, a lot of emotion in this building, and a great matchup we have going on right here.
As they'll talk things over as we will take a break here from the Heider Center. Welcome back to the Heider Center as we get things going offensively for the Junior Jays as we approach a minute to go here in the first half. Exciting roller coaster events, teams going back and forth. As here's Josh Carney. Back to Clausen. Try to loses it, scoops it up, gets it up, and scores. Dylan Clausen, who picked up the basketball, it was just laying on the ground. It's 21-18.
Yeah, a lot of guys went kind of breaking after that ball that was on the ground, and Clausen able to pick it up, saw that he had a lane to the basket and able to use that to his advantage.
Kendall Hilton loses it. And now Prep can hold for the final shot. No shot clock. 10 seconds. Clausen looking. 7 seconds. Spins. 2 guys around him. No whistle. Loses it. Gets it back. Goes up and he's fouled again. No, they call a jump ball. Oh, the Prep fans can't believe it, but the Lincoln Southeast fans are loving it. I thought for sure they were going to call that a shooting foul. They've been calling that for most of the game.
Junior Jays do have the arrow, though,
Yes.
so it'll be a
Look at 3 seconds to try and get a shot off.
Inbounds pass underneath. Careful for Josh Carney or Carson Jones to break out to the corner for a 3.
2 seconds. It's Knight. Shoots it up. Clausen, he didn't get it off. No good, and that is how the first half will end. An exciting one, but we still have another half of ball to play. Who will go to the state tournament in Lincoln next week? We will find out because the second half is underway from the Hyder Center. We'll see you when half is over. Well, keep you back. Second half is about ready to get going. Here from the Hyder Center, not a whole lot of offense. 21-18. Prep leads by 3, but it's still an awesome game, entertaining game. Alongside Mike Knockenhauer, I'm Alex Tejan. Well, Mike, it's been a fun one. Easy shots, missed shots, 3 balls going in, all that, you name it. It's just an entertaining game, but we just have zero clue who's going to pull this out in the end and win it.
I mean, yeah, as we had been talking about pregame, we didn't know if this was going to be an offensive or defensive type game, and that first half was definitely defensive heavy. Both of these squads with some of the best defense in Class A, and it definitely showed there in that first half. Lincoln Southeast really able to limit Turnell Parker and Dylan Clausen from underneath, especially as well as limiting the Junior Jays from beyond the arc. I believe it was only 2 or 3 threes made by the Junior Jays there in the first half. On the other side, Lincoln Southeast able to hold their own so far, keeping this close. That's going to be their goal here in the second half. As long as they keep it close and as long as they're in fighting distance, I think this is going to be a very interesting game, and I think it should come down to the wire.
It sure will. As some of the notable things from the half, Dan Geets, who's been an excellent player for Lincoln Southeast, he got caught with 3 fouls, which is not what you want to see if you're the Knights. Meanwhile, Mike Newgoy, he started off the game with 2 3-pointers from way back downtown, and it's since gone cold. He hasn't made a shot, or hasn't attempted a shot since, as this ball is deflected by Marquise Tolliver to start the second half.
One thing to always mention is in arena builds that have the student section towards one end of the court, the away team always goes towards that end for the second half, so it's going to be the Knights shooting in the face of a very rowdy birdcage here in this second half.
Zaya Brown does not get it, but Jake Hilkman there to clean it up and tap it back in.
That's something that Lincoln Southeast is going to want to continue to do. Offensive boards have been a huge steal so far, as that putback second chance points will be absolutely critical here in this second half.
Feature Turnell Parker against Hilkman. Spins, looks to the buckets. That one too strong off the iron, and now it's into the arms of Zaya Brown. Brown tries to go end to end, now stops, sets his feet. Sten Geets trying to look. Geets against Clausen, has that one up and in over Dylan Clausen, and Lincoln Southeast right off the bat retakes the lead.
Knights coming out looking strong, playing smart, conservative basketball and finding good shots here early.
Clausen loses it as he was trying to go up. They say it was all ball. Zaya Brown rolls it. It's Dan Geets going inward, trying to slam it, doesn't get it, and the ball is poked out, and it remains with the Spartans, or the Knights, excuse me, as the Lincoln Southeast fans do not like that call whatsoever. They wanted a whistle.
They wanted a foul on Dylan Clausen going for the rebound. Kind of body checked Dan Geet there underneath, but nonetheless it'll remain Knights ball.
It's Dan Geets working inward. From the near side, shy elbow back to Newgoy, springing it up. It's Zaya Brown. Taymor steps back, Jack, and in and out. Rebound is popped up into the arms of Parker.
That was a great move there by Taymor. Just rattles out though. Would have been a huge momentum shift there if that would have fallen.
It's Tolliver, shifts it out. Clausen from the top. Too strong. Rebound by Zaya Brown and right back to the Knights. Dan Geach trying to cross over, steps inward, 3-ball on the way. Tay Brown splashes it. Make it Taymor, and right off the bat, coming out of the half, and Lincoln Southeast is on a 7-0 run. Can they respond? No, and the rebound by Mike Newgoy.
Junior Jays scoreless here so far in the half. Knights with a 7-0 run looking to add to it.
Mike Newgoy for 3, off the back iron, no good. Offensive rebound by Dan Geets. Another possession for Lincoln Southeast.
Knights have just come out with a fire here early on. These first 3 minutes have been dominated by Lincoln Southeast.
Hilkman shifts it over, Dangeets, and a foul is called. Again, that's on Chanel Parker. Making it his second personal foul. Tell you one thing, throughout most of this half, Lincoln Southeast has had a major possession of this ball. They've been taking it over offensively, and they're on a 7-0 run. Here's Dangeets against Josh Carney, escapes, goes up, no good. Ball rims off and gets it right back. This is to Jake Hilkman. Fans want to travel. He might have got away with one. And we start over with Lincoln Southeast with the ball again. There's Dangeets cutting inward, trying to cross over Dylan Clausen. Tries to goes up, and it's deflected. Blocked by Dylan Clausen. Tell you one thing, you got to get something going on offensively, and the foul is called on Zaya Brown.
Continuing to have a lot of physical basketball. Dylan Clausen with another rejection there, as that's something they needed desperately. And now the Junior Jays really need to convert here if they don't want this thing to get out of hand.
They have not scored in this second half. We're approaching 4 minutes in. It's Jones. That's a guy who wants to you need to get going. As Jones in the traffic goes up. That one left off line, and a rebound. No, it will stay with the Junior Jays.
And I can't say it enough, the presence underneath in the paint for the Knights has been absolutely excellent so far here tonight.
Clausen now from the corner, looking to end the drought. Fires it over, TCB, step back, now cuts inward, off the back iron, another missed shot, and going right back to the Knights. Here's Taymor. Back to Mike Nugoy, spins against Carson Jones. Mike Nugoy sprints ahead, gets fouled, and a push off and a shove, and he'll go to the line to shoot a couple. And a timeout called by Josh Lukey. They're going to need to talk this one over and fast because they have not scored in this second half whatsoever.
Yep, still scoreless in this third quarter. It's just about 3.5 minutes. We'll step aside here. Junior Jays looking for something, but the Knights looking to pull away. 7-0 run for them. We'll step aside.
Welcome back to the Hyder Center as the struggles continue for the Junior Jays. It's Mike Nugoy going to the line. He'll be shooting into birdcage distractions, that's for sure. Mike Nugoy goes 2 for 2. A 9-0 run. Since the start of the second half, if you're starting to score, it's 9-0 Lincoln Southeast since the start of the second half. Got to do something offensively. Here's Marquise. Back to Clausen into heavy traffic with 3 guys around him. Finds the open area and gets their first points in the second half, finally.
Finally able to find a basket here in the second half. That's huge for the Junior Jays. Faucet might start to drip, but then it can really start to pour if you continue to work the way things have.
Taymor trying to find a shot. Zaya Brown, 10 on the shot clock. It's Mike Nugoy against them at night. 5 on the shot clock. He might just shoot it. No, he'll go inward. 3 on the shot clock. Finally got to put it up. It's no good, and a rebound by Dylan Clausen. Push ahead to Carson Jones, looking for his first points of the game. In and out. And a rebound by Kendall Hinton.
Neither one of these teams can find a groove offensively. As Coach Joey Werning is going to take a timeout. As we said, a lot of defense and not a lot of offense, a lot of shots going in and out. But only 50 combined points, and we're about 2 minutes remaining in this third quarter. These Lincoln Southeast fans are really making a lot of noise here in the Hyder, all the way about 60 miles south of here. It's a lot on the line here in the Hyder tonight.
The Junior Jays, you do not want to happen again. You do not want deja vu. It's looking to be a fun one here in the Hyder Center, but Krebs has just been coming up dry regarding their shots.
Both of these teams just need to loosen up.
Yes.
Obviously, it's the district final. It's a lot on the line, but really just need to settle in, be comfortable, and trust your game. It's tough to do that when none of your shots are falling.
Taymor is fouled. The foul is called on Carson Jones. Inbound coming. Here's Geet. Nugoy now. Shifts it over. Taymor shifts and fires. In and out, no good. Rebound, Josh Carney. Jay's got to get something offensively going. As a spin move by Tolliver, and he lays it up and in. As Taymor, just after that, he looks at the ref saying, come on, where's the foul? No whistle blown. Back to a 2-point game, 27-25, late in the third. It's Nugoy. Back to Taymor. Keeping it cool offensively. Now Taymor will shoot it, and he hit it! Taymor from downtown! And that's the shot they desperately need. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter.
Big shot there from Taymor with a loud birdcage in his face. Able to silence that crowd immediately.
Josh Carney hoists it up. Too strong. Excellent rebound. Clausen gets it up and lays it in.
Offensive rebounds have been huge for the Junior Jays, using their size to their advantage. And another second chance converted there for the Junior Jays as they pull it within 3 in this low-scoring affair as we near the end of the third quarter.
About a 6-second difference between shot and game clock. They can take as much time as they need as Nugoy with 8 on the shot clock, steps it up against Carney, fights, and loses it, gives it back, 3 on the shot clock, and gets it swatted away by Chanel Parker. 6 seconds left. Marquise Tolliver, 3 seconds, gotta put it up. It's Jones at the horn, got it! Carson Jones with his first one of the game, and we're all tied up heading into the fourth quarter. And this birdcage and all the Prep fans have exploded in momentum.
What a way to end the third quarter. Quick little 5-0 run for the Junior Jays to cap it off, a 3 at the horn to knot things up to end the quarter. What a sequence of events, and exactly what you needed if you're Creighton Prep.
The Olay chants rain down from the birdcage, and that ends quarter number 3, tie ball game here from the Hyder. You do not want to miss, and sounds cliche, but you do not want to miss this fourth quarter coming up next. Fourth quarter about to begin here from the Hyder. Shout out to Emery. Hi, Emery. We hope you're enjoying Lincoln. Same with Jack, Tyler, Brendan, former announcers here. Many people watching. You don't want to miss this fourth quarter. Here we go. It's Clausen. 2 guys on him. Shakes it out to Marquise. Back to Dylan Clausen. Risky pass. Shoots it out. Josh Carney lobs it up. Off the back iron, no good. A rebound by Zaya Brown.
Junior Jays with the momentum after that third quarter came to a close. Carson Jones with the 3 to end the quarter. But it's not going to matter if they're unable to finish things off here in this final 8 minutes.
Another one left short. The board by Trinnell. We remain tied at 30. Clausen had the ball in his hands, now looks up. Gives the basket a look and shoots it out. It's Marquise Tolliver. Looking for Clausen. Spin move around Geets. Doesn't get it, and Geet gets the board. It's Taymor. Shifts it, loses the ball. Now back to Jones. Push ahead to Clausen. End to end. It gets nudged. And a blocking foul is called. And that has the Lincoln Southeast fans in disbelief as Dylan Clausen will go to the line.
That is Dan Geet's 4th foul.
That's what I was about to say. That's huge.
Which is a killer to Lincoln Southeast here with still 6 minutes and 46 seconds to go here in regulation.
Clausen misses the first free throw, and that's something you do not want if Prep wants to win this game, is miss free throws.
I've been saying it all year long. Missed free throws can lose games, and it has for the Junior Jays this year.
Happened against Westside, happened against other teams, but Clausen splits the pair and gives the Junior Jays the lead for the first time this half. Taymor to Nugoy. Zaya Brown, and Taymor gives a look, cuts it inward from the elbow. It's Mike Nugoy, hoists it up, left it offline to the right as the ball hoisted up in the air. Ball is bouncing around, and another takeaway and another shot for the Southeast, and that one left short, and another chance for Southeast as they're just hoisting up shots, but it's going right back toward them. Here's Taymor. Trying to shake around, looking. It's Zaya Brown. Back to Nugoy, stops against Clausen. 8 on the shot clock. It's Zaya Brown, gets it to go, and Lincoln Southeast is back on top. And a timeout called by their coach as we starting to go a little bit back and forth here in the Hyder. As both teams will sit and talk things over, we will step aside as the Knights lead by 1 with 5:38 left in the quarter. Welcome back to the Hyder Center. It's been an entertaining one despite being low scoring. Kind of how it was last year. Some shots just simply have not been going in. And boy, it's just been an intense game.
And this is exactly what you want a district final to be. Close, high energy, high intensity. Both these teams, as we've repeated over and over again, fighting for a state tournament berth.
Chanel Parker, around 2 guys, gets that one no good. Tipped around. Carson Jones underneath, he finds it. Tries another possession. With Jones up to Clausen and he's fouled. Jake Hilkman will be called. Foul might have been on Kendall Hilton. Either way, an inbound coming, and it's over to Jones in the corner. Back to Chanel Parker. Going up, left it short, and another one swatted, and right back to the Knights.
More of that stingy defense underneath. It's kept Lincoln Southeast in this game, and in my opinion, probably the main factor as to why this game has tipped in their favor up to this point.
Nugoy goes up and lays it in over Carson Jones. He wanted to look to get the 3 from the corner, instead cuts it upward for the basket. Can Prep respond? Another drought is forming over there in them offensively. We only have 1 point in this 4th quarter. It's Tolliver, tries to scoot up, and he traveled. Moved the pivot foot as he was trying to look up to the baskets. There's another inbound coming by Jake Hilkman.
A lot of emotion in this building. This game at this point is going to come down to who can keep their emotions in check and who can find ways to dig deep. It's a lot on the line in these final few minutes of play.
Taymor looking, trying to circle out. 7 on the shot clock, heavy defense. They flip it over. It's Hillman, now 3 on the way, too strong, and Josh Carney comes up with the board.
Junior Jays have had a couple stops now. They have to have a bucket on this one.
It's win or you're in, win and in for both of these teams as another foul is called. This is on Zaya Brown, working against Dylan Clausen.
It's the 3rd foul on Lincoln Southeast. Junior Jays still with 0 in this quarter. So that could be a factor down the stretch.
Jones gives it a look, shoots it back out to Clausen. He'll take the 3, left short, and another rebound by Taymor as Prep has gone cold since the start of the 4th quarter.
Yep, only a point in 5 minutes. It seems to be a trend in this game so far. Junior Jays starting cold coming out of each quarter. And that has continued here in this 4th quarter.
Mike Nugoy back to Zaya Brown. 2:38 remaining here in the Hyder. As this ball's floated up and left in, and it's a 5-point game. Lincoln Southeast leads as Carney tried to spin, go upward. Back out to Marquise, who shakes off a man and lays it in. Lincoln Southeast fans want a foul on that. They don't get it. It's back to a 3-point game. Nugoy now against Tolliver. Got to find something easily if you're Southeast, and that is almost what they get, and a foul is called on Hilkman, and he can't believe it.
Yeah, Hilkman wanted a jump ball there. Both of them fighting for the rebound. So that's the 5th foul. Excuse me, 4th foul of the half. So going forward, it'll be the Junior Jays shooting free throws on any Lincoln Southeast foul.
Under 2 minutes here in the district final. It's Tolliver going up and the end gets whistled and another foul called. It has the Prep fans clapping, but still has the Lincoln Southeast fans in disbelief. And these are huge. There's Marquise. Don't want to see that. Remains a 3-point game. Marquise Tolliver misses them both. And a foul is called, and Jake Hilkman gets the rebound. Josh Carney called with the foul. It's Mike Newgoy. Trying to work the clock as they remain up 3 in this low-scoring affair from the Hyder. Hilkman back in the corner. Zaya Brown back to Hilkman. The clock is their friend when it's a game like this. As Tay Moore goes up, 4 on the shot clock, rims around, dances no good, and the ball and a whistle and another foul is called.
Yep. So another foul on Lincoln Southeast. And we'll send the Junior Jays back to the line once again, which, as we've emphasized all night long, has been a struggle for them throughout the year.
Struggle's an understatement. Clausen rattles out, no good, a 3rd straight miss.
That's currently the difference in this ball game. Those last 3 misses, as it remains a 3-point ball game.
They split a pair, and it's a 2-point game. They have yet to make when they have the opportunity of shooting with 2 free throws, they have yet to make both of them. They've either split a pair or missed them. Clock winding down from the Hyder. It's Mike Newgoy. 60 seconds remaining in regulation. It's Tay Moore. Back to Kendall Hilton. Tay Moore now, 7 on the shot clock. It's Newgoy trying to go up, and he's fouled. Inbound coming, I think it was on Josh Carney.
Yeah, they're going to get Josh Carney on that push foul. Trying to guard the drive, and that's huge because it resets the shot clock for the Knights.
Big time, as there's about 11 seconds with difference between the shot and the game clock. As this low-scoring game will go down to the wire once more. Prep only with 4 points in the 4th quarter. It's been a frustrating night offensively. So
it's going to come down to who can make their free throws.
It's been a deciding factor on why the Junior Jays are losing. Coach Lukey will talk it over, as is Lincoln Southeast. The birdcage has sprung up and is ready to watch this final 46 seconds of play.
So much on the line here in this last 46 and a half seconds. As we've mentioned over and over again, and as has been admitted to by many of the guys on the team, this is the exact spot they wanted to be back in here in February. They've got an opportunity to do it here.
Lincoln Southeast will call another timeout. Looks like they had a little struggle trying to get it over on the inbound. It'll be a 30-second timeout. So now technically, if Prep does lose this game, they're going to need a lot of help in order to get the wild card spot. They need plenty of other teams to lose in order to possibly have it. So, but as we said earlier, it's pretty much just trying to win and get in. As
both Bellevue West and Millard North able to get things done. Prep would need, at a minimum, a loss from Westside, or a win from Westside and Omaha North tomorrow if they were to, in fact, lose this game. They're unable to clinch it here. They're able
certainly
to clinch with that one wild card spot, which is very, very sought after.
The clock is their friend for the Knights. Mike Nugoy just playing it easy. Nugoy under 10. Nugoy shifts it out. It's going up and getting the shot off on the last moment. No good. Tipped around. Trinell Parker prepped down to the last shot. Under 10 to play. It's Clausen going inward, going up to the basket. Rebels at home. Tie game. In a timeout called with .1 remaining. 0.1 left on the clock, and Dylan Clausen comes into play. Hero again, and we have a tie ball game. 36-36. Holy doctor!
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Dylan Clausen with the clutch factor, spinning and driving his way into the paint. Hits it to rattle home and tie this thing up. I think they're going to check with the scorers table because they're going to say that head coach Joey Werning of Lincoln Southeast got his timeout. So they're going to put
2.2 seconds.
2.2 seconds back on the clock, which is plenty of time if you're Lincoln Southeast.
Holy cow. Dylan Clausen, they just find the easy feed to just go right underneath the basket and go for the tie game, and they get it. Oh boy.
I mean, could you ask for a better game if you're a basketball fan? District finals chance to go to PBA next week. And as you said, we sleep in, what is it? When do we sleep?
Oh, we sleep in May.
There it is.
This is only February, that's for sure. As
it applies to all levels of basketball.
Sure does. There's plenty of action in college basketball, high school basketball, you name it. As
if you're the Junior Jays here, you only have 2 fouls this quarter. You could definitely use that to your advantage.
2 seconds, 1 second, hoisted up, no good, and here we come, overtime. 36 all, as this game is so good that it cannot be decided within 4 quarters. So we will take a short break. We'll catch our breath. Up next will be overtime here on CPSN. We'll be back.
Well, here we are. Mike Knockenhauer and Alex Tejan doing the commentating, doing the duties with you. And boy, oh boy, a 36-36 game entering overtime. 36-36. Let me just clarify. No, this is not a football game. No, this is not the end of the first half. No, this is not at the end of the third quarter.
It's the end of this is the end of regulation.
Yes.
This is the start of overtime. It's been a defensive battle on both ends. Both offenses have struggled from the get-go.
As the tip-off is won by Lincoln Southeast, and we are underway in overtime number 1. You know, the last overtime game we've had it as a district final. Kudos, shout out to my friends Tyler Reedy and Brendan Prizeman. They had
it's the reason we have a shot clock.
Yes, it's the reason why we have a shot clock. 3 overtimes. Final score was like 40 to 40.
Junior Jays ended up pulling away there in the third overtime, but they held it for the entire second overtime.
That one left short. Clausen reaches up. It's a jump ball. It will remain with Prep. Oh.
Class A rules, fouls carry over from the fourth quarter to overtime. So Junior Jays will be in the bonus for the entire overtime period. And as a team, they do have only 2 fouls. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on, especially with the woes of the charity stripe for the Junior Jays.
Chanel Parker in the lane, goes up off high part of the glass and rattles it home, and the Junior Jays retake the lead.
They're going to have to keep that same intensity through this entire overtime period. That's a great start if you're the Junior Jays. Get a takeaway and then put the ball in the basket. They're really going to need their defense to step up here in these last 4 minutes.
They sure do. Mike Newgoy now against Carson Jones. Back to Zaya Brown. Remember that Dan Geet is on the bench for most of this game. Has 5 on the shot clock. He goes up and finally gets a roll and goes and drops. That was Zaya Brown. Make it 38-38 all as we're approaching halfway through the first overtime. Marquise stops in the lane. Now it's Trinnell. And he shoots it, a bad pass, it's a turnover. It's Zaya Brown end to end. Oh, it's blocked by Parker. Trinnell Parker with a rejection. Marquise Tolliver shifts and loses it. Ball on the ground. It's poked out and a turnover. And everyone has their hands on their heads. Oh, what a sequence.
What a sequence. Parker gave it up, but able to make up for it immediately with the rejection on the other end. But Junior Jays just a little bit too quick on the other end, lose the ball and give it right back to Lincoln Southeast.
Oh boy. Extra life for Lincoln Southeast to take the lead. Under 2 minutes now, and Zach Brown back to Tamor from the top 3, no good. And a rebound by Torin, who's fouled.
Make that 5 fouls.
As Dan Geet is not happy with that.
Dan Geet out for most of that fourth quarter with 4 fouls, comes in and immediately picks up his 5th, and it'll send Torin Carter Brown to the line for a pair of free throws. As that's a huge loss for Lincoln Southeast. They've been able to get by without him, but now he's gone. He's done for good in this one.
Everyone holding their breath. And another missed free throw. Oh. It's going to be the deciding factor of the game, that's for sure.
Absolutely. It's just such a tough way to lose games if you can't make free throws.
Rattles up and another missed free throw. I mean, as my timeout called, as my great grandpa always said, there's no excuse for missing free throws. They're free after all. As the frustration levels has just increased by the Prep fans and all that. It's just, whew.
Timeout call, I think it was by Lincoln Southeast. They'll have another opportunity to retake the lead.
I mean, Lincoln Southeast just been given so many second chances by miscues from the Junior Jays. Defensive prep able to get a stop there on the missed three, but then on the other end, unable to convert on any of their free throws. So comes up fruitless, and Lincoln Southeast once again with another chance to try and take the lead here. So they're now nearing the end of this overtime period.
It's just been, it's frustrating, but they're not out of it. They still have a shot to win the game. But Lincoln Southeast will have the ball on their side of the court. As Isaiah Brown will inbound it. Taymor, Jake Hilkman over against Clausen. Hilkman tries to look up, no whistle. There's a whistle and a foul is called.
That's a good call. That was a hook on Dylan Clausen. He's definitely using that right arm as leverage around Hilkman as he tried to drive, which isn't the worst foul in hindsight, given that the Junior Jays still with a foul to give.
Jake Hilkman against Clausen, playing with 3 fouls. Tries to spin off the pivot foot, looking. Kendall Hinton gives it back to Mike Nugoy. 1 minute remaining here in the first overtime period. It's Nugoy going end to end, off the glass, no good. Tipped around, swatted into the arms of Marquise Tolliver. Some time for leverage if you're the Junior Jays. Marquise Tolliver goes up and gets swatted away, and it will remain with the Junior Jays. Jake Hilkman again coming in just to knock that ball out of here.
Hilkman with a powerful block there on a driving Marquise Tolliver.
Carson Jones now. Jones going back, make that Marquise Tolliver. Hops inside, it's under 10 on the shot clock. Marquise fakes out, gives it out to Torrin Carter-Brown for the 3 ball, off the back iron, and now Lincoln Southeast can hold for the final shot. It all comes down to this, under 10 seconds. It's Taymor working against it, and he's fouled. They did have 1 to give with 6 seconds to go in the first overtime period. And they will use their final timeout. And boy, the blood pressure, the heart rate, the everything is cranking up for everyone in the Heider Center. 6 seconds remaining. Got to draw something up, that's for sure.
6 seconds is so much time in basketball. There's enough time for so many things to go either right or wrong for either one of these teams. If you're the Junior Jays, you need to dig deep and find a stop in any way you can. And if you're Lincoln Southeast, you need to try and find a bucket in any way you can. So much riding on the line here in these final 6 seconds.
What will Coach Lukey to draw up defensively? And
no fouls to give for either team. Win and you're in, lose and you go home.
Here we go. 6 seconds left. Zaya Brown to inbound. Hilkman 4 seconds. Hilkman got to put it up, hoist it up. It goes at the buzzer, and that's over. Lincoln Southeast is off to state. Unbelievable. And for the second consecutive year, the Knights have come into Pinnacle Bank, or have come in, or will get sent to Pinnacle Bank Arena. And they will come into the Hyder and take down the Nets again.
Jake Hilkeman, the hero for Lincoln Southeast. An incredibly awkward off-balance shot and finds a way to get it to go. And for the second year in a row, Lincoln Southeast comes into the Hyder and just absolutely stuns the Junior Jays, leaving them in heartbreak.
Unreal. An amazing game. Unfortunate that one of them had to lose. And that is how it will end. 40-38, your final. Jake Hilkman, Jake Hilkman will play hero, and his name will be heard all around Lincoln Southeast High School for the test of time. He'll be sends Lincoln Southeast to state again off a buzzer beater in overtime as they will hoist the district championship plaque and win it here again. So we will say our final goodbyes here from the CPSN. I know I'm a senior. You got another year left.
Yeah.
So save that for next year. But this will be it for me regarding prep basketball. There's so many people I need to thank. I need to thank my parents. I need to thank my family for all of this, for the support from sophomore year to right here now. I need to thank all of our crew. I need to thank Mike. There's Mike. There's Colton. There's Colton, Chris, King, Drew, Ethan, Mac, Mr. Raz, everybody. I couldn't be more happy to call you guys the people I work with and the people I have as my friends.
It's been a pleasure, man.
It's been awesome. I need to thank my classmates as well. It's been awesome right at prep, and it's almost over. And now we're in our last stretch here as we'll say hi to some guys around here. As I also need to thank some of the announcers from last year, Jack Cohout, Emery Evans, Tyler Reedy, Brendan Prizeman, all you guys. I wouldn't be here without your guys' help and your dedication, and because I look up to all you guys. And to the class of 2023, the seniors last year, big kudos to you guys. You guys know who you are. And thank you to all the fans who've been watching us game in and game out here at the game and beyond. It's just been an awesome, true blessing to cover this basketball team and other sports in general. So it's unfortunate that this is how it's going to end, but I couldn't be more happy to call myself a CPSN announcer. So with that, one final time we are signing off on side Mike Knockenhauer, and from all of our outstanding crew, my name is Alex Tejan. We say good night from the Hyder Center.